Well, the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi has arrived in Warsaw on the first leg of his two-nation visit to Poland and Ukraine. The Indian Prime Minister landed at the Warsaw Frederick Chopin Airport this evening. Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to the country is the first visit by an Indian Prime Minister in over 40 years. This year marks 70 years of diplomatic relations between the two countries as well. Now, prior to his arrival in Warsaw, Prime Minister Modi shared that he will be heading to Ukraine at the invitation of President Volodymyr Zelensky. During Prime Minister Modi's visit, talks will focus on defense, trade and cultural relations. Notably, Poland is the sixth largest economy in the European Union and is India's largest trading partner and investment partner in Central and Eastern Europe. Bilateral trade between India and Poland was around $5.7 billion in 2023-24. Indian companies have invested heavily in some Polish IT, pharma and electronic companies, while around 30 companies from Poland already have their presence in segments like sanitary products, cosmetics and metals. On the defense front, India recently posted a defense envoy at its embassy in Poland, with the Polish defense companies looking to establish joint ventures. And Prime Minister Modi will be embarking for Ukraine's capital Kyiv on the 23rd of August by train from the Polish capital. Ahead of the Prime Minister's visit, our principal diplomatic correspondent Sidhan sent us this report from Maidan Square. Take a look.
I'm here at a memorial in Maidan Square. Maidan Square is the most recognizable place here in Ukraine, a place to celebrate but also to mourn. I'm standing near a makeshift memorial, a memorial that has Ukrainian flags of the pictures of people and soldiers who have died while defending this country, and pictures have been put with, of course, various memorabilia as well, as my camera person can show. And most of these soldiers are quite young people. They are barely in their 20s and 30s. They've died and flags have been put here. And remember, this war has been continuing for the last 3 years. Many young lives have been lost in this war, and this is something that Ukraine grieves today, and essentially this is something that Ukraine has been telling and talking about to the global community. Now, essentially, in terms of getting global support, the Ukrainian side has got a strong support from the West. What it wants support from the global South. Countries like India. India, of course, has good relationship with Russia, but India has been engaging with the Ukrainian side. In fact, the Indian side also was present at the Peace Summit in Switzerland. And now the Indian Prime Minister, when he travels to Ukraine, it will be a significant gesture from New Delhi towards Kyiv and a strong show of support by the Indian side towards the Ukrainian President Zelensky. The Indian Prime Minister, of course, has met him twice so far since the war. This will be his third time, and this will be in Ukraine. With video journalist Neeraj Patel, Sidhan for WION in Kyiv, Ukraine.
Well, let's get you some live visuals now coming in from Poland, where the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi has in fact arrived. And as Sidhan was pointing out, that from Poland he will be heading to Ukraine. But the Indian Prime Minister landed earlier today at the Warsaw Airport, in fact, and the Prime Minister will be visiting the country. This is his first visit, or in fact the first visit by any Prime Minister in over 3 to 4 decades, and of course it marks 75 years of diplomatic relations between the two countries. Indian Prime Minister there being greeted by the Polish diplomats, among others, and of course has several events lined up, including a diaspora event as well. Prime Minister Modi's visit to the country is the first, as we said, in over 30 years. Prior to his arrival, Prime Minister Modi shared that he will be heading to Ukraine at the invitation of President Volodymyr Zelensky as well. But in Poland, his talks will be focusing on defense, trade and cultural relations. And Poland, remember, is the sixth largest economy in the European nation and is India's largest trading partner in Eastern and Central Europe. Bilateral trade between India and Poland is around 5.7 billion in the last financial year. And Indian companies have been investing in Poland in several sectors, including IT, pharma, as well as electronics. And of course, the defense relationship is also something that the two sides will be looking at. And India recently posted a defense envoy at its embassy in Poland as well. So, and as we said, Prime Minister Modi will also be embarking for Ukraine's capital Kyiv on the 23rd of August by train from the Polish capital. Ahead of the Prime Minister Modi's visit, our principal diplomatic correspondent Siddhant Sipal sent us this ground report from one of the trains that is en route to the Ukrainian capital to ferry Prime Minister Modi and the Indian contingent from Warsaw to Kyiv. Take a look.
I'm inside one of the compartments of the Ukrainian railway. We are now going to Kyiv, and of course we'll be covering the big visit of the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. But take a look at the place where I am, and this is one of the easiest mode of transportation in Ukraine. In fact, railways are the lifeline of Ukraine in many ways. There are other modes as well. There is, of course, the vehicle. There is, of course, the buses, and of course trains. Trains remain the most important part of the mass transportation in Ukraine, and an easy way. And several people who come to Ukraine come via Poland. In fact, the WION team, when we are reaching to Ukraine, we are also going by the trains as well. And essentially, they are well connected with neighboring country, and including Poland, which forms the hub essentially of connectivity in Ukraine today. In fact, several world leaders, when they travel to this country, to Ukraine, where we are currently, they travel through Poland. In fact, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi is also traveling to Ukraine from Poland, and in the past, other leaders, including US President Joe Biden, the Japanese Prime Minister, the Indonesian President, traveled to Kyiv by train from Poland. With video journalist Neeraj Patel, Siddhant Sipal for WION on board Ukrainian railway going towards Kyiv.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.